everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at some maze games. The first game we'll take a look at is Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Here we have Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. And this game was extremely disappointing back in the day because it does not live up to the arcade in any way. Yeah, it looks like Pac-Man, but it just does not work. But because a lot of people enjoyed Pac-Man in the arcades, this game sold well enough to actually become the #1 selling Atari game. It sold over 7 million copies, and because of that, there was something I call the maze craze. There was a lot of maze games back in the day, all because of Pac-Man. Well, hopefully it wasn't this game, and it was more so the arcade, but there was a lot of games that got inspired because of Pac-Man. So let's take a look at some of them. Alright, let's take a look at Ladybug now. So you're a ladybug. You collect random letters and hearts and all these X's. X's are good. You do not want to touch the skulls. Now this has movable walls that you don't press the button, you just walk into them and they move. The enemies cannot change them, so that's kind of cool. And you just whoop. I think the skull got him. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. They can die by touching the skulls. So you could try to lead them. Ah, it got me. Almost there. And there we go. Now we're on to level 2, and we have an eggplant. And instead of... oh, wait. Oops. Instead of having crabs or some weird insect as the monsters, you now have purple aliens. I have no idea why. And here is Mousetrap on the Atari 2600. As you can see, there's not much to it, especially when you compare it to the ColecoVision. It's all one color. Well, all the walls and items. Mouses and cats are different colors, but ugh, does not look too good. You click dog biscuits, which look like X's, and you can turn into the dog by just simply pressing the only button on the controller. The animation on the mouse and dog are actually kind of good. Cats aren't too bad either, but everything else is just very bland. Now there are these flashing areas which are the walls. Now the ColecoVision, you press the keypad. There's no keypad here. How do you open these? I don't know. I press the different switches, hoping. I don't know how to open them on the Atari version. Alright, let's take a look at Mousetrap on ColecoVision. And what do we have here? An overlay. Now this is something that you put on the controller and it helps you identify what the buttons do during the game. It makes it a lot easier. Let's try it out. As you can see, we are now ready to play Mousetrap. We got red, yellow, blue, and the green, which is the dog. So, let's try it out. And here we go. Here's Mousetrap. So, looks a lot better than the Atari version. Dog biscuits look like dog biscuits. The mouse is still just a mouse head. And yeah, the doors are different colors, and you hit the color on the keypad, and you just go through those doors. There's bonus power-ups like this cheese. Gives you some extra points. Pretty nice. And when you want to turn into your dog, you can. Whoop. Wrong button. Every time you get an item, a new one pops up, worth more points. Let's see if I can get that. The glasses. Got the glasses. Get these ones. Get the candle. Oh, not the candle. Turn it to the dog. Get the candle. Eat the cat. And there you go. You just completed the first level of Mousetrap. Alright, this is Pepper 2 on the ColecoVision. This is a little different maze game, but still a maze game nevertheless. You control this thing, and you move around. And you're trying to create the outlines for the squares. You fill the outlines, and there you go. Now there's 4 different mazes. It says on the top we're in maze 1. And then you have to do this for maze 2, 3, and 4. The cool thing is, I can actually leave and go to maze 2 right now, work on that, come back and finish maze 1 later. What also is nice is, I just tap the button, whoops, or not, I just tap the button, and he goes to the actual corner of the shape. He can never stop in the middle. So it makes it pretty easy to control him. I like that. Also, when you complete some of these squares, and this happens, that's when you can essentially eat them. There we go. And you just want to keep filling in the squares. Alright, let's see if we can... Now, I don't understand the shapes. There's a trident. Nope. I don't know what the monsters are. Let's see. Get that. Alright. Get the trident. Do we... Nope. Gotta get this one. And this one. The monsters in here are on the slower side. It's kind of easy to avoid them. Like, just right there. It's... Then, I completed maze 2, so now I gotta go to 4, 3, and 1, and here's maze 4. But, yeah, this is Pepper 2. Here we have Casey Munchkin. And, well, it looks very similar to Pac-Man. It's got a little bit more open range, and there's fewer pellets. But what's kind of cool is the pellets move. And there's some walls that move too. But just like Pac-Man, you eat the glowing pellet, like right here. The ghosts change colors, you eat them, and they leave you alone for a while. But you see, I was down to the last pellet there, and they're pretty quick. So it's very similar, but they offer at least something new, which the moving pellets is kind of cool. Everything else, though, is pretty much the same to Pac-Man. Except when you die, they just restart the whole level. And then you try to beat the score. So, you can punch your name in at the bottom on the Odyssey 2's keyboard. There's no point. Once you turn off the system, it's gone. It doesn't stay. Let's see if I can get this. Get the power pellet. There we go. And guess what level 2 looks like? It looks pretty much like level 1. It's a fun game, but yeah. You know what this game is? Well, I'll spell it out for you. Yeah, that's right. It's a ripoff. Yeah, it is fun, but the reason why it's fun is the same reason why Pac-Man is fun. The only new thing they have in here is the pellets move, and the fewer there are, the faster they move. Not a reason to really buy a new game.